Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, y'all? Welcome to Manifested Thoughts Podcast. We're helping people bring their imagination into reality. Good evening, everybody. What's going on, everybody? What's good? Just waiting for everybody to come in. And tonight we're taking phone calls and doing all this other good stuff. So if you can, just you come in, like, and share your page. I'm not going to be holding people long. Absolutely not. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Manifested Thoughts Podcast. We're helping people bring their imagination into reality. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. We have a wonderful presentation for you tonight. And good to see everybody. George, what's up, my guy? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. Everybody just come in, whether you're in YouTube, whether you're on Facebook. Good to see you, my guy. Always happy to see you, my guy. Always happy to see you. Every time I get up here, I got to admit, I always look for you. I'm like, you got to spoil. Yes, sir. We got a good presentation tonight. I'm very, very happy. Guess what, y'all? We are taking phone calls tonight. Wow. We're taking phone calls tonight. I'm going to put the actual number up so that everybody can call in. I'm going to be giving certain questions and stuff like that so that you could actually... Oh, man, I know you always hear, Deborah, good to see you. Good night. Good to see you, sis. Good to see you. I'm actually going to be putting the number up for everybody to call in. So when you get that chance, please call in. You know, we're going to have a good time tonight. We're talking about having an open mind, and, it's going to be a good discussion, actually. I think that everybody should be able to take part in this, because it's very much important for all of us to know. I came out from the Reddick Projects, and I didn't have a specific mindset that I have now, a mindset of business, a mindset of being focused. What's going on, Michael? Good to see you, sir. Good to see everybody. If you can, y'all just like and share your page. Good to see everybody on YouTube that's coming in. Good to see everybody on Facebook that's coming in. Happy to see everybody today. And I'm just happy to be here, y'all. We got a good presentation. We're going to talk about having an open mind. And I think that it's going to be great. And we're going to be putting the number up. If you can, just here's your number right here. I'm going to do that early so that right at the end of the presentation and stuff like that, I'm going to throw out some of the, do a couple of talking, and see what you say about this particular topic. And we're talking about having an open mind. Y'all know where we come from, and we're going to talk about it. It's going to get deep tonight, y'all. And so, look, do me a favor, like and share your page if you will. All right, I got you, bro. I'm going to definitely, right after the presentation and stuff like that, I'm going to definitely hit you up. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to leave you my number, George, at the same time, too, bro. All right, good to see everybody. George, good to see you. Again, like I said, Deborah, good to see you. Michael, good to see you. I see people coming in. Good to see people on YouTube. Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Good to see you all. I'm happy to see you. I'm excited to see you. Tonight I got my glasses on, so you might see the reflection of the lights, but it's all good. Hey, it is what it is. So guess what, y'all? We're going to be getting started in about the next 2 to 3 minutes because I'm not going to be holding anybody. And I've learned not to wait too much, I've learned not to wait, especially when you got to travel and stuff like that, Good to see everybody. Let me know what you're drinking tonight. Guess what? I got Pepsi, and I should be having Pepsi, of course, But at the end of the day, hey, look. And the only reason why I say this is because, I have enough of it. I have water and all that other stuff. Oh, I can hear y'all yelling at me now. But anyway, good to see everybody, y'all. Good to see everybody. I'm glad to see everybody. Hey, what's up, people on YouTube? Good to see y'all. Hey, what's going on? Everybody, it's just so good to see you. If you can, like and share your page. Let people know that Manifested Thoughts Podcast is on. And we're talking about having an open mind. And I think that I wish I had more of our millennials on tonight. I think that this is going to justify them good. And I want to hear some of your comments tonight. Sizzling water, I got you. I got you. Salsa water, that's what you got? All right, George is drinking salsa water tonight. Deb, what you drinking tonight? Michael, what you drinking, brother? Let's keep it good. It's good to see everybody. Yeah, I'm so happy to see everybody. Glad to see everybody. And I'm excited about what's going to happen, y'all. Got a quick presentation that's coming up in a few seconds. We got 2 more minutes in counting, and then we're going right into it. Happy to see y'all. I'm glad to see everybody's here. Glad that you saw it not robbery to be here with your boy Donald Francis, y'all. Trying to be on the come up with the podcast situation. And by the way, don't forget to watch us up on Spotify, just like you see us on Facebook, on YouTube. We're on Spotify also. And sometimes we're on iHeartRadio. And of course, we're going to be letting people know that we're on Channel 49 TV. If you don't have it, just stay on this particular page for those of you on Facebook and look for Channel 49 TV. Look at the top of the description. You should see the link to Channel 49 TV. We are every Sunday at 9 o'clock. And my good people, Shift Real Talk Podcast. I got to get their banner again for my platform. Been slipping. They're my people. I love them. And I think if you ever wanted a big sister, big brother, that's them right there. Yeah, y'all. Hey, we're going to get started in a few seconds, y'all. And please do me a favor, like and share your page. I'm glad to see everybody here. And yeah, let people know we're on. Hey, we're on. And we're about to get started in about the next, 1 minute, honestly. Because I'm not wasting no time on this great content. I want to talk to you tonight. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I see you, Deb. To each his own. I understand. As long as y'all like it. Hey, if you like it, I love it. We're about to get started, y'all, in a few seconds. Countdown's about to start in a few seconds. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Donald Francis. Welcome to Manifest Thoughts Podcast. We're helping people put their thoughts in perspective. Listen, I lived in Brooklyn, New York, right there at the Red Hook Projects, and we had some good times and we had drama. I want to talk to my people, and I want for all of us to learn how to now think, being that we're putting our thoughts in perspective. So there was a young lady I knew who had two friends that didn't like each other, and she was having a house party. She decided to invite both of them. When they both got there right away, instantly, they started to just rumble, The cake went this way, ice cream went that way. People tried to stop it. They got into a Royal Rumble because upon stopping it, somebody got an elbow. And then somebody else now was cursing. People called the cops and this, that, and the other. And it became one big gumbo soup. And her birthday was ruined. All right, listen. Tip number one. If you have friends who are still young up here, and you want to have a special event, it'd be a good idea for you not to invite either one of them. Tip number two, if you decided to invite both of them, I think it'd be a good idea for you to have a good talk individually with the both of them and let them know, listen, this person is coming and I know that you're not too fond of this person, but I love you and I love them at the same time. And although I want both of you to come, I want to make sure I got these ground rules. Are you going to be able to handle this person coming? And you go talk to the other person. Same thing. Are you going to be able to handle this person coming? Now, if one of them say yes and the other one says no, then guess who's not coming to the birthday party? Or guess who's not coming to the gathering? The one that can't handle it. So just let them know, listen, but this person will be here, and it doesn't mean I love you any less. But thank you for giving me the heads up so that I won't have a day ruined for no reason. Just food for thought. Always remember, communication is the key. And if you don't communicate, if you don't make the right decisions, then whatever your event might be or whatever it is that you're trying to pursue, And whomever you want to be at the event can turn it into something else you never expected it to be. Yo, that's just a tip I want to give to my people. And until next time, peace. Yo, what's going on, y'all? I really hope that you did enjoy that. I really appreciate. Yeah, tonight I got some effects tonight. I really appreciate, being able to talk to some of our people. I'm glad to see everybody tonight. If you see me look back and forth, Takia Fuller's on. Deborah, good to see y'all. George, good to see y'all. If you see me look back and forth, it's because I'm trying to see all of your comments and stuff like that, and I might have to actually move. Let me see if I can move my screen while I'm on here. All right, yeah, there we go. All right, and without knocking anything over and knocking anything off. All right. So what's going on, y'all? Hope that everybody's doing good. Welcome to Manifested Thoughts Podcast. We're helping people bring their imagination into reality. And before we get started, we want to talk about that topic of discussion that we just talked about, we just saw in a few seconds. But before that, let me just say welcome to Manifested Thoughts Podcast. And our starting goals on this particular channel, which is our mission statement, is to help 500 people bring their imagination into reality. And if we're meeting for the first time, I'm Donald Francis. And you only see me here. For those of you who may not know me, for those of you who may go and watch the replay, you'll also see me here at It's Life Podcast every now and again right here on YouTube and also right here on Facebook, and also my first channel, which is It's All You TV, is ITZALLYOU TV. We're always there on YouTube. We're about to come out with a new skit called The Greeter. And then we're going to come out with a new short film, besides Artificial Life. We got some new stuff coming up, Also, don't forget, y'all, that every Sunday at about 9 o'clock, you'll find me right there on Channel 49 TV, along with some of our friends. Shift Real Talk Podcast. They're like killing the industry right now, and they're all on social media, and like God is doing some really, really good things, for them, So I'm happy to see all of y'all. I hope that you're doing good today. Hope you're feeling good. And I'm just so glad to see all of you come tonight and, just chill out with your boy. So listen, tonight I wanted to just talk about, I really have some real stuff that's on my mind. And tonight will be one of those intercultural topics. Although we talk about manifested thoughts, there are a lot of things we have to do in order for us to manifest a lot of things. And the first thing is to simply get our mind together. And our topic tonight is, learning to have an open mind. And I'm talking to the person I used to be when I lived in the Red Hook projects. And so tonight, I'm not only channeling those of them who are from Marcy and from Fort Greene and from Pink Houses and all of that, but I'm channeling anybody that need to hear this type of content, And so let's get into it tonight. And so I wanted to talk about, I had a couple of questions that I had with certain people, and I want for all of you to be able to dive in. And also tonight, if you will, give me your input. And by the way, here's the number if you wanted to call in. And I'll let you know exactly when that time will be for you to call in. I want to hear from y'all. I want some participation tonight. Can I talk straight? I want some participation tonight, y'all. And please write the number down. I'm gonna keep the number up. I want you to call in. I want you to dial in. And if you make the first question, hopefully you can call in and we got you in a second. And by the way, tonight we're also going to be announcing the winner for our February giveaway, so let's not forget that at all. All right, y'all. So I'm happy about that. So look, let's get into this. I'm gonna keep the number up so that you'll be able to, write it down. If anybody else will come in, they'll be able to write it down also. So listen, there were a couple of things that I have been talking about having an open mind. And let me just sort of give you some dialogue. I'll never forget. And if anybody have seen the promo for this, you already gotten like the front row seat to how we're going to begin this particular discussion. And I want you tonight to dive in. Listen, I remember living in Red Hook Projects. I remember the kind of mentality that we had back in the days. First of all, not everything was bad. We had some really, really good times. We had what they call Tenant Patrol. I don't know if you ever had that in your neighborhood or whatever the case would be. Nice to meet. Okay, all right. And I think I'm glad that y'all even commenting and talking in the comments and stuff. I want you to know that Red Hook it wasn't all bad and it wasn't all good, but we tried our best to make the great parts, all the good to happen. We had some good Christmases. We had what they call a tenant patrol in the building. We had to have that because around the 80s, we had what they call the crack era. We had the drug era. We had shooting and stuff like that. My mom and I and my niece, who were more like my sister than anything else, we were on the first floor. We lived on the first floor. And every time that people were shooting, we had to sort of duck down off the bed onto the floor so that just in case that fool didn't know where he was shooting, would not shoot right through our window and get one of us. So we had those were the down times. We had the crack era where people were selling crack and certain buildings and stuff like that. People were using it, back in the days, and it was really, really rough for a lot of us to have to go through that era. And a lot of stuff took place at night. A lot of bad stuff took place, at night. The daytime, everything was on a chill, but then a lot of stuff took place at night, like I said. And so it was crazy because we had to get Tenant Patrol, which is the reason why Tenant Patrol came in. We got Tenant Patrol, people had gotten the jackets, people came together, to sort of get some of the old flair of what that project used to be and the neighborhood used to be. When my mom and them used to live in Red Hook, and when they moved in for the first time, Red Hook was not a bad place. Fort Greene was not a bad place. Pink Houses wasn't a bad place. Any other place, Farragut was not a bad place. A lot of them places, and even in the Bronx, I'm sure, there were certain places in the Bronx that were just not, because when you're looking at the 70s and stuff like that, they had rules that they actually followed by. We're going to get deep tonight, y'all, so stay tuned, I'm telling you. And so the crazy thing about it was that, if anybody vandalized even the garbage pail, back then, people would go to their house, knock on their door and say, your son did this. In my church, they always hear this, but it's true. Or your daughter did this. And if the people knew, they used to tell. Today, people don't tell nothing. They don't say anything. They'll look at somebody get beat up and don't want to be involved because we never know who's holding what, a gun or a knife or anything. You got what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, people back then, because it was so different, they took a lot of what they got from the 70s when they had a lot of rules where you couldn't even stand in the grass. If you graffitied the bench, you were going to get it. You're getting a fine, So again, this is the stuff that they used to have. And so going into the 80s, we're coming out of that particular era, but some people still remember that kind of power. So that's the reason why they tried to save our buildings, save our neighborhoods by doing Tenant Patrol, Youth Patrol, and all these other patrols. And my mom was the captain of the building. We had different people who were captain of the building, which was great. And we had some people who communicated, but then we had other people who didn't communicate. And how crazy is it, y'all, to have somebody to be a part of something that we're trying to keep and establish our neighborhoods more better and trying to be great, but then you had a son who you knew selling drugs, or you had a son that was out there shooting and stuff like that, but yet you're a part of something great but won't ever say anything about that individual. And some people they could not even hold authority in their homes because people had gotten older and stuff like that. My brother was one of them who used to do a lot of stuff. I'm not going to tell his business, but at the same time, I'm grateful to where my brother is today, and I'm gonna talk about him a little later because I want to talk about his latter day, the days that he is now, the days where he's residing in now, and how great this guy actually is. But before that, the drudgy parts, y'all, the craziness, it was so crazy back then. But then we had good times as to where people were family, that when it was time for us to come together, we used to have what they call the flea markets that came on Saturday, which meant that in the front of our building, in the front of our block, you couldn't park between certain hours, not because you get a ticket, but because we knew that the flea market was coming to us, fresh fruit and vegetables at its best, peaches and plums and watermelon, and I'm going in. We had some good times, y'all. Some really, really good times. We had what they call, now I don't know, I know some of y'all too bougie for this, but we had what they call free lunch. back in the days. Free lunch was, oh man, it was awesome, you know? And I used to love the free lunch. They used to have the hamburgers and sometimes have the pizza, even if it was on a Italian bread. It was delicious. I used to ask people, you don't want your apple juice, do you? So we used to have some good time. I don't know if anybody remember free lunch or whatever the case may be, but hopefully you did, you know? But the good thing about everything, y'all, was that we had those good times. We used to have back in the days where we played certain games that we made up. You know, a lot of games today, we got Fortnite, Call of Duty, and all this other stuff. And not only that, but you can talk and, you know, chill with your friends on the video game and even possibly see them. It's amazing. We never had that. I'm a 70s baby. Hey, sue me, right? So at the end of the day, watch this, you know, but it was good. Atari 2600 was mine. ColecoVision was mine. Donkey Kong, that was my era. Come on, y'all. Some of y'all too. Come on, Deb. Y'all know about it. But again, we had some good times around Christmas times. What we used to do, we used to decorate our hallway, you know. Not only did we decorate our hallway, but our hallways that we decorated was amazing. You know, we used to battle, you know, to see who had the best, you know, hallway. Rather, it was from the first floor to the second floor to the sixth floor. We used to judge our floors. And I mean, we used to have a good time doing it. It was nothing like, you know, nothing like having great Christmases, you know, in our neighborhood at the time before it really, really gotten terrible, you know. But here's where I'm going with it. So back then, we used to look at what we call Video Music Box, you know, with Ralph McDaniel. And I used to have a lot of people, me being a musician and loving music. I used to watch all of the music, looking at The Boys, looking at, what was the other, Soul For Real. We had The Boys, Soul For Real. They had, what was it, New Edition, Candy Girl, you know, all these particular songs. Y'all stop acting like y'all don't know. You know, all these wonderful like groups and stuff like that. We used to have the flat top with the ponytail. We wanted to be like Ralph Tresvant and all of that, you know. We had a good time and then what we used to do is when Run DMC came out with My Adidas, all of us wanted to get eggshell Adidas. And eggshell Adidas was the equivalent of Jordans today at that particular time. If you had some Pumas and you had eggshell Adidas, you were balling. You know, if you had your velour suit, you know, with your Nike outfit, you know, with your Nike sign on your velour suit, which was leather, you were balling. You had your 8-ball jacket, you know what I'm saying, your lumberjack, you know. Remember sheepskin coats? Remember that, y'all? Right, Run DMC, Brody. I know. You know what I'm saying? Sheepskin coats, you know. I remember we had we had the works, but let me tell you what we used to do. We used to fantasize about what it would be like to be able to be like those particular people on TV. And so what we used to do is we used to get eggshell Adidas, which were very expensive at that particular time, only to hang on the block or go to a block party or go to a house party, you know, where somebody will step on your sneakers, you get into a fight. You know, you shoot a fair one. That's our era. You shoot a fair one, you know, and if the loser lost, they got up, shook hands. If it ended that way, they shook hands, you know, and it was great, y'all. Not only was it great, but even the winner would commend the loser by saying, I'll have you on my team because I know you weren't scared to fight me. You know, today, people are sensitive as to where you can't even shoot a fair one and get beat up because now you want to go to the gun. You know, you want to go to the knife. You want to go call the goons or whatever the case may be, you know? And so again, all of this stuff now have generated as to where now nobody, I remember the time, and I'm not by any chance am I condoning fights, but I want you to understand that how innocent even fights were back then, as to where we had my people, you had your people made sure nobody jumped in, and you know, my people made sure nobody jumped in, and we shot the fair one, you know? Absolutely, you know? It was all about that kind of respect. Absolutely, George. You know, and so again, but we had dreams, we had aspirations, we had, you know, goals that we wanted to fulfill. But can I tell you something? After we told our friends, that's as far as it went. We never wrote down anything. We never had no particular goals. We never worked toward it the next day, you know. Went until we got a little older where we started to get into groups where we started to move and start to, you know, do certain things differently. But when we were doing certain things back then, we were just fantasizing about it. And we never, ever, we wanted to just impress the people that were on the block. That's the kind of mentality that we had, you know. If people argue, they argued about what kind of oops that you had on and the kind of eggshell Adidas we had and all of that. We had different, but it was just a different day and time, you know. And this is the kind of mentality we come out of. If you notice the beginning of our opening video, you know, and we talked about the illustration about how we had this type of mentality as to where, you know, that there was one person who didn't like the other person, but they both liked you, you know. And I didn't realize, y'all, how petty, you know, we really were, you know, in that particular atmosphere, you know, and to claim stuff that didn't really belong to us and claim people that didn't really belong to us. We had no ring on, you know, people's finger, you know, and without judgment. I'm just trying to help you and help other people. And I want for people to understand, you know, where my heart is today about our neighborhoods, about our mentality and how that mentality have grown with us. You got what I'm saying? So I remember, you know, those particular days and how you would invite people you knew didn't like each other and would still have the party in spite of, you know, how you know it was going to end up or the possibilities of it ended up in a tragic. And most of them they ended up in a tragic, you know, because nobody had the audacity or the goals to think, let me talk to people. Let me converse and communicate with what's going on here and let people know, listen, you know, Chastity's coming to the party and so is Chauncey's coming to the party. So listen, I need to talk to both of them and let them know, listen, I need y'all to be on your best behavior if you're going to come to my birthday party. If not, don't come, you know? And again, these are the things that we have to take a look at and pay attention to, you know? And I had asked several people, you know, what would they do if they had a chance to change their neighborhoods, you know, from the time that they were living in it. And if you think about it now, you know, what would be one of the things that they would change? Somebody was saying to me, they said, you know, if we could work together by keeping the neighborhood clean, would be a great thing, you know. It's a great thing to be able to keep that, you know, and back then, like I said, you know, they worked together. If somebody vandalized a garbage can or they stood there, put their foot in the grass, somebody was at your door going, yo, your son and your daughter did X, Y, and Z. Please do something about it. I remember the time that if somebody would have gotten arrested, you know, they'd take them down to the precinct, you know, I think it was the 75 precinct, you know, and nobody could claim them to come and pick them up. And can I tell y'all something? We talk about this police brutality and stuff like that, but can I suggest to you that back in the days, we had policemen who were like family. They knew people who were always going to get into trouble, and they knew that this is just who they are, but they're harmless, you know? And they knew not to arrest them all the time unless they were getting out of hand. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we understood, you know, that we had policemen in our neighborhoods who were like Gerald. And I remember there was a guy, God bless the dead today, his name was Gerald. You know, Gerald will always, sometimes he's sane, sometimes he ain't feeling you, you know? And when he started to act up, or rather, you know, he took his medication or not, the cops would show up just to get him because we couldn't contain him and stuff like that. Or, you know, and they were like, Gerald, we're not taking you in. Gerald, just go home, you know? And they would give you a chance to go away. They'll give you a chance to say, look, we care because we're a neighborhood. And we're sick and tired of arresting the same people over and over and over. It became so redundant. But we knew a lot of police officers. We knew a lot of the sergeants who came, sat and ate at our table, showed how much we loved each other because we were an establishment back then. It was just so different, you know. But then because of our music, you know, I remember the time that they would not curse in a rap song. And my boy Jesse's on the line. Good to see y'all. I don't got my glasses on. You know, yeah, good to see you, man. That's my Shift Real Talk podcast, y'all. Y'all need to tune in right next hour. They're gonna be on. I promise y'all, you will be blessed. And I can't wait to hear about the topic tonight. But listen, y'all, again, let me just hurry this up so we can get out of here. And my thing is, you know, we had people who were like family. You know, we knew the sergeants, we knew people by their first name. They allowed for us to call them the parent, you know, the adults to call them by their first name. For me, it was Mr. because I was a younger dude back then and there, you know. Edgar, what's up, my guy? I think Chris, I saw Cruz. Edwin Cruz, my brother. What's up, baby, bro? You know what I'm saying? And he's also, you know, part. But at the end of the day, I want y'all to know that there were people who were like family. And they did not want to see your son or your daughter to go in unless it was something vital. You got what I'm saying? So we had a different day and time. But back then, our mentality was we had imagination. If we did not have a record deal at that time, at least we had imagination, you know? And I think that looking at our cell phones today, it erased imagination, because anything that we could ever imagine, all we got to do is Google it and you'll see it in real time. I remember the time that when I was on a rap group, I didn't rhyme, but I was the music dude, along with David Quinones, and I also refer to them all the time. My baby brother John, I'm saying, Arrington, who's one of this prolific, producers and stuff like that. Look out for a short film coming out. But I want you to know that we had Poets Claiming Props, PCP. We know it was a drug, but we had to just switch PCP to Poets Claiming Props, and we had imagination. Anytime that we went to Funky Slice Studios, when we came home, we listened to the track. Some of the millennials don't even know what a cassette tape looked like today. They forget 8-track. They don't know what a cassette tape looked like today. You know what I'm saying? Forget videotape, but we had VHS tapes and stuff like that. Anybody remember the VCRs? When you had to open it up from the top, and then they made it and designed it to go from the front, And yeah, some people don't even know how to fix a cassette tape, But back then we had those, and we would listen to our tapes. We'll fantasize about what it's going to be like when we have a show, listen to the beat, and just start to write down visions and stuff like that. But that's when we were really, really serious about it. But let me tell you what happened with Poets Claiming Props. We had somebody who would invest in us and said, we believe in your talent. We're going to give you some money behind this, and let's get the album finished. Let's go to the studio. Let's get it done. And we made certain venues. Like we had, I think there was 98.7 KISS, I think. They went there, they did different shows and stuff like that. I wasn't at all the shows, but again, we fantasized about that stuff. But before all of that, the only thing we did was we talked about what we wanted to do. But then the very next day, we never written anything down, But let me just say this real quick, and I want to share with you, anytime that I wanted to do something back in the days, because of the fact that we had environment, that really overtook us. Can I tell you something? Your environment is stronger than anything hereditary, because your environment is the thing that you will repeatedly see every single day. And repetition is the father of all learning and the mother of all mastery, which simply means that the more and more you see things over and over and over, you could potentially become the thing that you keep seeing all of the time. And because we kept seeing all of the stuff that we seen back then, it shaped our thinking. It shaped and molded the things that, we could have critiqued, and we could have gotten better at. So anytime that we wanted to do something, we would call each other and say, yo, I want to have a meeting. I want you to be a part of this video. I want you to be a part of this musical or this album, and we'd say 2:00. Can I tell you something? We won't come together until 4:00, Then we come together. We in our wife beaters, we in our shorts, our footsies, We don't have anything to follow by. We just sit there and say, listen, this is what we want to do, and I want you to help me out. And we'll say, okay. And we'll say what time and what day. And we'll say the time and day. But then at the same time, we had nothing to go by, except that's just what it was. And then that wouldn't work out. That would die down. Somebody else would do something, and then we would never pick that back up anymore, because we were discouraged at the fact that there was no enthusiasm from other people. And let me tell you something. I've learned, that you can't include everybody into your vision. You can't include everybody into the thing that you want to do, And so sometimes we included people because they were there. We knew nobody else. And so we tried the product out on them, So you have to know that was a tip right there. First of all, let's take a look at some of the things that we could have done, if we were really serious about it. Because back then we had AOL. We didn't have, we didn't have all this other Google stuff, but we could have still looked it up. We could have still Googled certain things, on how to do certain things. We knew that we wanted to do certain things, but we could not articulate it, nor did we want to take the time to put in for the research, And sometimes you have to look at your resources in order for you to become resourceful. So listen, this is some of the tip that I want to give everybody, because I'm thinking about our people, And I'm asking you, what are one of the things or two of the things you think that we could change in our neighborhood according to our mentality in order for us to allow for our neighborhoods and our people to become better? You got what I'm saying? Because if you got the mentality, I'm going to just invite people to my birthday party, I don't care how they feel about each other, and think that you're going to have a great time, you are sadly mistaken. It's a mess. It's too bad that we don't have the kind of mentors, and the kind of environment that could allow for our neighborhoods and our people to become healthy. You got what I'm saying? It's all about being healthy, So listen, I want to share with you what we should do, because anybody in our neighborhoods who've had a dream, who had a vision, let me just encourage you, it's not too late to do it. I don't care if you have a baby mama. I don't care if you have a baby daddy. I don't care how many kids you have. It's all about knowing how to prepare, and knowing how to evaluate, write stuff down. Well, let me see. How much is it going to cost me to do this? And what would it cost me to do what it is that I desire to do? Because I'm going to tell you something. Life is more than you just getting a job. Get what I'm saying? How about let's try to start our own business? Life is more than just, all right, being content with what we have, and where we live. You can do better. The only thing we have to learn how to do is put the work in. But here's what you have to do. You have to have an open mind. And here's where I'm going to get into it. I remember, being a CPO at Hudson Yards, working at that particular time for G4S. I had been long ago, worked for another company called Summit, but, I was at G4S at that particular time. I was what they called a taxi ambassador. There was a young man or a couple of young men that worked at Sweet Green. And when you are at Hudson Yards and when you're on the pavement, you're in a corporate world. You're in a world where you have upper echelon people, you have judges, you have lawyers there, you have all kinds of people, that are there. You got a lot of people, that are higher up of anything that you ever want to do, according to your dream. Anybody that you ever wanted to meet, it's right there at Hudson Yards, And if you learn how to play your character right. Now, when I say play it, I don't mean act, but if you learn how to get your character, in perspective with what it is that you want to do, right? It's possible you could run into somebody that can invest in you and allow for your life to come to light, and all of your aspirations, all of your dreams come together. So let me just say something. I'm going to say something controversially, but please understand, because I have Caucasian friends and stuff like that, and I don't want anybody to get misunderstood. But one of the brothers who looked up to me and said, "Big bro, I'm kind of mad." It was early in the morning. He worked at Sweet Green. He was one of the ones who opened up. His manager was there. And for some reason, he wanted to play 50 Cent in the store, and they're used to hearing classical music. Now, let me tell you, help me out here and let me know what you think. He came to me and said, "Yo, I'm sick and tired of my manager." I says, "Why?" He says, "Well, he says, well, she's white and she want me to play white music." I says, "Now, hold on, champ. Pump your brakes." Because see, first of all, you just offended me and didn't even realize it, because number one, I'm a musician. And music is music, no matter what kind of genre or no matter what kind of category you listen to. Rather it's classical, rather it's jazz, rather it's pop, rather it's rock, rather it's rap, rather it's drill. No matter what you listen to, music is music. It's an international language. And I says, "What do you mean white music? There's no such thing." He says, "She want me to play this classical music." I says, "What were you playing?" So I was playing 50. I says, "Okay, well, what song?" He told me what song, and I says, "Let me ask you a question." And see, here's the deal. Because he didn't realize, it's one thing for you to know where you are, right? But not realize the establishment you're in and how much you are destroying your opportunity because of what you're trying to do. You can't bring where you live to your workplace. You can't bring your workplace to where you live. You can't bring the neighborhood to your workplace and expect for people to respect you. You can't go into a corporate area, wear a do-rag, have your pants sagging, have your socks over your jeans, your shirt, tucked out and all this other stuff, and a bandana over your do-rag, and think that somebody is going to respect you. I said to him, I says, "Do you think it's wise to play the song that you're playing with the kind of profanity he's giving?" I says, "Do you think it's wise? Who would want to come out?" I says, "Do you not know that not only we have upper echelon people here, but do you not know that there's some parents who bring their children there?" I says, "Do you think that that's normal?" And here's what I'm talking about without judging him. We have to understand the stuff that we're exposed to that become normal. Let me tell you something. If you're not used to washing your hands after you use the restroom, or if you're not used to washing your hands, I'm sorry to get gritty, but if you're not used to washing your hands before you grab a plate to go get a plate of food that's been given, but then you are around somebody who washed their hands and they're clean. And it's that, don't you know that that could expose, you about what it is that you do and or don't do? You get what I'm saying? Some of us need to even learn table manners. We'll get to that a little later on, So when he thought about it, he says, yo, wow, thank you, you're right. But see, this is what I'm talking to. I'm speaking to the person I used to be tonight. That's what I'm talking about. Having an open mind, my friend. Speaking to the person I used to be. The ignorance I used to have, to think that I'm walking around with the do-rag and think that I'm cool because of all of what I've seen on TV and my influences. You got what I'm saying? But depending upon where you are will determine how you plan to look, If you're a man or a male who's trying to be nicely groomed, or you want to make sure that your nails together, make sure that you're smelling good, wearing deodorant, finally washed up, took a couple of showers. Come on, somebody. Have clean socks and underwear. Come on, y'all. Not trying to blow us men up. But I want to know what you think about this type of topic, because here's the deal. I said to him, I says, listen, I need you to learn how to have some dignity. I told the young man that worked at Sweet Green. Says, I need you to have some type of pride, because listen, that's not white music. It's not black music. It's not yellow music. It's not orange music. It's music. And certain music will stimulate you to think about certain things, So if y'all going to make me lose my mind. You're going to make me lose my mind. Listen to that. I'm going to go crazy, And if we keep hearing drill and everybody's looking like ninjas, what part of the game is that? See, I want you to manifest a healthy life, This is what I'm talking about, And the only way we're going to manifest anything is if we have a clear conscience. And that's where I'm at. You got what I'm saying? So let me just give a couple of points tonight. So again, I spoke to the young man and I told him, and I want y'all to hear the conversation. I says, listen, I need you to have more pride about where you are. I says, the way you are will be the way that people categorize you, and they'll always see you like that. Watch this. Even if you're wearing a suit. You got what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we have to talk to our brothers. We have to talk to our sisters. We want healthy people. And I know I'm going to lose half of y'all tonight because don't nobody want to hear this, right? And I'm not judging where we come from. Listen to me, y'all, and look at me, and I'm looking in the camera. I'm trying to help where we come from, because whatever it is that you learn, you can come back, bring it back to where you live, right? And spread more positivity. So listen, I want to just give you a couple of tips, right? For anybody who is sitting, on the couch right now, and you're like, yo, I have so much dreams. I have so much visions. I have so much ideas, and I'm sitting on it. And you're sitting up there saying, I can't wait for my college credits, or I can't wait for, this person to call me because I know they're going to hook me up. Listen, stop waiting on people and hook yourself up. Stop depending on other people and let's get independent. Let's stop bickering. Let's stop complaining about what people are not giving us. Because can I tell everybody this? You have the ability to get it yourself. You got the ability to get up and say, I'm going to do this myself. I'm not waiting on anybody. My wife would sit there and tell you, if it's our time to clean up, if my son is his time to throw out the garbage or whatever, and I come in and I'm like, I want this garbage taken out, forget that. I'll get him the stuff for later on. But I'm taking out this garbage right now because I want this. Suki, good to see you, sis. Good to see everybody. Alma, good to see you. That's my sister. Shift, real talk. And I want you to understand something. I want you to watch them right after this. So we got to come to a particular conclusion. We have to come to a particular point in our mind. Listen, I don't want to continue to have the same results. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. If you sit there hoping every single day and there's no results in your hoping, I need you to change the way you hope. To be able to manifest anything means to take action. And the Bible says faith without works are dead. That's what the Holy Bible say, y'all. So faith is not enough. Your belief is not enough. Your thought system is not enough. Your hopes and your dreams are not enough to be able to get up and do what it is that you want to manifest and bring into your life. You've got to get up and do something. Here's the first thing. Write it down. I like the way some of the scripture says, write the vision, make it plain upon tables. So those that might run and read will read it. you know. But before you allow for anybody else to read anything that you've written, make sure what you write, you understand. So have some goals, right? And listen, sometimes, and I'll never forget, I was like, I want my people to be a part of my music group. Oh, I'm gonna call this person, call that person, call this person, call that person. And nobody was interested because they were not on the same page, same book, same verse, same chapter. They didn't want to go there because everybody was interested in other things. I got upset with them because they didn't want to come, right? But you can't take everybody where you're going. You see what I'm saying? So the first thing we want to do is just, let's restart our mind, right? Let's just say, for an example, and humor me for a second. Let's say whatever it is that you want to do, you feel you can't do because, number one, I don't have the money. Number two, I don't have the resources. Number three, I don't feel I'm going to ever get the money. I don't feel I'm going to find somebody resourceful enough to help me out with what it is that I want to do. But watch this. Let me help you out. The first thing you want to do is write what you want down. Write it down. Date it. Write it down, right? And say, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to tell you how you manifest certain things. Don't ever say, this is what I hope to do, I wish to do. Say, this is what I'm going to do. And you have to sometimes push away your reality. No matter what's going on in real time, you got to clear your mind from that. All right, fine. This bill's not paid yet. All right. I don't have this car yet. Okay. All right. I don't got that job yet. Okay. But let me start somewhere. Like here, to convince myself of this product, that I'm able to do whatever it is that I want to do at the time that I want to do it, in spite of what I don't have. See, some of our problems that we're too busy looking at what it is that we don't have. When you need to look at what you do have, let's collect what we have, right? And let's see what we can do with what we have first. Let's see who we have. Let's see what we can do with who we have. Because somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, but you can't go and talk to somebody about something you want if you don't understand the thing that you want to go get. Somebody say, and act like you're in my church, say it starts with me. You see? It starts with me. Can I tell you what a visionary is? A visionary is somebody who will not let down until it come to pass. A visionary is self-motivated. A visionary take risks. No matter how stupid other people think you are about what it is that you want within reason, you got to get up and say, I'm going to do it no matter how you feel. Because this have nothing to do with anybody except my God-given ability to see what it is that I want to do. And you might have some people who might laugh at you because they feel that, because of what you don't have. And you got some people in your circle who are close up on you, and they're so up on your body to the point that they won't let you breathe enough to even think and manifest or fantasize about the thing that you want to do. So the first thing you got to do is clear your mind, right? Write stuff down. Write what you want down. Write which I don't care how big it is. I don't care how small it is. Write what you want down. Guess what you have to do the next thing you got to do? You got to get rid of all distractions. Get rid of all distractions and start to affirm to yourself, I am great. I will do this. I will get that job. I will get that car. I don't have the money. I will have this amount of money. Watch this. Write down the amount of money you want. How about that? I will do it. Watch this. And for those of you who feel that you are connected to a higher source, I call him God. I call him Jesus. That's who my higher source is, because I'm not only speaking to church folk, I'm speaking to people that are worldwide. I know that I have a higher source. And you know what? I have to become the very thing that I'm looking to get. You can't hope for it. You got to become. Become what you want to see. And the first thing you got to do is get rid of all negativity and start speaking positive. Start speaking love. Start speaking humility. Start being be humble, right? And I'm going to tell you something. If you are humble, nobody else should be that much important to you that they allow for you to come out of being humble because they're humiliated. Understand what I'm saying? Nobody should get you out of that because they're humiliated. So the first thing you got to do is get rid of and say, I dismiss this. Sometimes the things that you want to get rid of, write it down, boil it up, and throw it away and say, you know what? I psychologically, spiritually, physically, mentally have that out of my life. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? And I do counseling. If you want to talk, we can talk. You know, you might have somebody that's in your life. You might have children with somebody that you know that you're not supposed to be with because they're holding you back. A lot of baggage, you know. Make sure, though, that you're not baggage at the same time. You know, get rid of your baggage before you have somebody else to clean from around their front door, you know. So again, y'all, understand that in order for you to manifest what you want, you got to first become the thing that you want to see. The first thing you do is start here and convince yourself I can do it. Because see, can I tell you something? I used to be a bad liar. Come on, let's free ourselves. I used to be a bad liar. I used to lie because I stuff that I wanted to get, you know, and I know I couldn't get it, but I would lie to people to say I'm going to get it because I couldn't stand seeing them have it and them tease me about it. But you know what I thought about, y'all? If I was such a convincing liar to myself about the thing I know that wasn't true, then why can't I lie to myself about the stuff that I know I want to do in a positive way? Because you can start believing the very thing you think you can't do. I don't have it now, but affirm affirmation. Affirm those words. I have it. That job is mine. That I'm going to get that position. Guess what? I'm going after that business. Forget working for anybody. I can't work for nobody because I can't be conformed to stupid rules. And their rules that they come up with, I deem stupid sometimes. So I'm gonna do this myself. I'm gonna do this myself. Watch this. When you start to think about it like that, y'all, and you start to get serious and you start to write certain things down, you start to look at tomorrow differently. And for those of you who feel, and I want to just, you know, I want to help you out. For those of us who are still in this position to think that, you know, I want to include certain people and I want for people to take me seriously because so many times that I said I was going to do certain things, I did not do it, right? But I'm thinking serious. I'm thinking differently now. You're thinking differently now because first of all, you've convinced yourself you can do it. With the help of God, God have put all of everything you need to have inside of you. And the only thing you need to do is search you and you'll find that everything you've been looking for is in you because you've been made in his image. You have to learn how to have faith. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for. It is the evidence of the thing that's not seen, which simply means that my faith says the evidence is here, but I don't see it yet, but I see it before I get it. So when I get it, I'm not surprised, but I already acted about the fact that I have it before I get it and receive it. So when I get it, I'm not surprised. You're going to be surprised, but I knew I already had it even before I got it in my hand because now faith, it is the substance of something hoped for, but it is an evidence of something that's not seen that's already there. So you have to have faith enough to say, this is mine. I'm going to do it. Watch this and give yourself time. Give yourself time. And can I tell you something? The biggest thing that you need to have is patience. Because a lot of times we give ourselves, you know where you fail? Let me tell you where you fail. You fail by putting dates on things. Dates are two things, good and bad. Because if you don't make the due date on certain things, guess what happens? Now you feel I'm not going to be able to, I'm not doing it, I'm not pursuing it. Because I didn't make it by that particular time, which simply means now I'm not supposed to pursue it. No. Every successor failed over 10 times before they got what it is that they want. How bad do you actually want it? And what are you looking to do to get it? Even if you don't do it the first time. I like the songwriter who said, at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. You see, the only way you fail is when you stop. That's the only time you fail is when you stop. So listen, I just want to give you some tips tonight, give you some value because I want to take some phone calls. And let me see what time it is. Okay. Oh, wow. It's almost 9 o'clock and shift is about to start. But look, let me just give y'all a quick pointer. I want to take off my banner for a second. I hope that you've written it. I'm going to put the number back on. But listen, for those of you who say, I got a business that I want to, take up off the ground, but I want to only talk to 2 or 3 people. And I know 2 or 3 people who are like-minded to mine. The same heart, same spirit, same drive. I notice that they're not doing anything. So this is what you want to do when you get people together, right? Because this is something we didn't do. Here's the first thing. I want you to have an agenda. That's the first thing. Let's have an agenda. Let me just teach you real quick. It's real quick. Have an agenda. All right. And the agenda should have the specifics. And you don't have to have a lot of stuff. You don't have to have everything, you know? You don't have to have all of it down. Just have maybe 1 or 2 points that you want to make, you know, and you want to make it clear. You want to make sure that you're clear, you know? Glad to see Claudia Green online. You want to make it clear. Have an agenda, you know? So when you do things, you want to do things, we say it like this, in decency and in order. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get paper and pen together, start typing, get somebody you know that's good at typing, and let them type you up an agenda. When you type up the agenda, this is the thing that you want to give to the people that you're going to gather around. Here's what you want to do. You want to create bullet points, you know, rather you have 1 point. I don't care if you have 2 points. Have a point. Have a clear, defined, you know, strategy plan. This is what the name of my business is. This is the objective of the business. This is what I want to talk about. You know, the objective. I want to talk about your role. I want to talk about the kind of finances I need and how we want to get investors. Point 1, point 2, point 3. That's the agenda. You got what I'm saying? Watch this. Look at this. When you speak about your bullet points, take only 10 to 15 minutes each, because the people that come to your meeting, you don't want to bore them. And if they don't know how long you're going to take on each topic, you're going to lose them. I want to teach my brothers in Red Hook, Brevoort, Fort Greene, Gowanus, you know, I want to teach you. This is what I want to show you. Have about a good maybe 10, 15 minutes on each bullet point that you have. You got what I'm saying? That's a part of your agenda. After that, you know, the only thing you want to do, right? And I didn't write this bullet point down, is you want to give assignments and let people know what roles you want them to have in this. See if they agree with it first. You know, present it to them first. Don't say, oh, you're a part of me now, and because I called you, I want you to be a part. You ask them, do they accept? Because you don't ever want for anybody to work in your organization and they never agreed to accepting it. So now they're giving you only 10% of what you need 100% for them to do. You got what I'm saying? You know? So again, if we think better, we could do better. You know, I don't care if we're in our Reddit community. It's not a project. It's in our Reddit community. I don't care if you live in the Hamptons, no matter where you are, whoever this applies to. Here is level 101 to getting a great meeting and an effective meeting. Get an agenda, get bullet points, take only 10 to 15 minutes each. Let them know, you know, this is what I present to you. Let me know what you think about it. Leave an area where they can give you feedback. And then the next meeting, see if they want to be a part of your organization. And then you can tell them what you expect. You got what I'm saying? This is the thing that lasts long. Not that it becomes just an assignment and now you just, you know, and you, not even a project, it's an assignment. We did one video. We're supposed to do 6 and 7 others. I haven't heard from you. And here's another thing too. We got to learn how to communicate and do callbacks and follow-ups. We're bad with that. Can I tell you something? When you do an agenda, before we do that, let's be on time. Here's another thing. Before time, on time, late. Come on, y'all. Have an open mind. Come on, y'all. Before time, on time, late. You got me? A lot of us are not good with being on time. Who said that we couldn't do it? You can do it. Just you be there. If nobody else on time, you be there. And don't be discouraged of those of them who didn't get there on time. You know? Because when you're on time, you're showing them I'm about business. And look, I don't have no time to waste. So if I'm going to start at 8 o'clock, guess what? I'm out. And you might come at the very end. I thank God for Sherry Horton on the line. There was a great brother by the name of Reginald Bailey. And Reginald Bailey, he used to have concerts and stuff like that in our church. He was the choir director. Very, very humorous brother. You know, we love him dearly. God rest his soul. But when he used to have programs, he taught me how to start on time. And if you were not on time, you got there late. And guess what? They 5 minutes away from going home, and they went home. And you know what his popular words were? And you'll get over it. Simple, straight like that. Because when you teach people that you're about business and you're prompt and you're on time and you're timely, people will respect you. And that will jolt them. And that would jolt them to say, I better get on time because Deb's going to leave us. Can I tell you something? This is what you got to be like. And God bless Mr. Courtney Bradley. He says, you know how it is when you go on a run at the train station, you go into the F train, you go into the 1 line, you go into the 2 line, you go to buy your ticket, you go to buy or put fare on your card. You know that you got to do it real quick, because if you don't, that train upstairs is not waiting for nobody. That's exactly who you got to be. You got to be the train and say, listen, with or without you, I'm going to be doing this. And whatever it is that I needed you for, God's going to bless me with the person that I need to be in my life to be able to make this happen, and we're going to get it done. Just like that. Come on, y'all. So listen, y'all, real quick, I want to just pay some bills real quick. All right. I want to just say that I want you to take a look at my boy Ahmed. He got Muslim Harlem apparel, and I mean, yo, bro, listen, y'all, he got some good merch out there. And if you have something that you want to promote, please bring it to me, send it to me, email me, and I promise you, I will promote your stuff. All right. And all you have to do, let me see. Here's you got to go to Muslim Harlem Collections or Apparel. This is where it is. Muslim Harlem Apparel. That's where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get merch, you got the hats, you got the hoodies, and we have to support our own, y'all. That's what it's all about. We want to support our own. We got more, more on this. Just, email me. I'll be right back. Let me just pay this bill. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Donald Francis, and welcome to Manifest Thoughts Podcast. We're helping people bring their imagination into reality. Yo, we're already giving away gifts, and we're only a few subscribers in. The only thing you have to do is go to manifestthoughts888@gmail.com. One more time, manifestthoughts888@gmail.com. After you do that, you'll type in the giveaways and type in one of the topics that we talk about on our platform, and bam, it's over. Just like that. Back to the program. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Donald Francis. And I want to say thank you to our community for all of you who've been donating on our Cash App. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not one to be receiving certain things, but thank you for those of you who said to me, we believe in your platform. We want you to get bigger people on your platform to be a blessing to other people. And that's all we want to do. Don't forget our giveaways. Go to manifestthoughts888@gmail.com. That's where you'll type in giveaway and let us know what episode you've seen this on. And then bam, just like that, you're in there, But I want to say again, thank you, because I know it's better to give than to receive. I'm not asking for anything. I just want to give you my gratitude. All right, everybody. I'm glad. Thank you for just being able to be around, y'all. So listen, I want to take some phone calls. Do me a favor. Yep, the first phone caller, I'll take you real quick. Do me a favor, call that number right now and give me your input about, what would you do to change some of our neighborhoods if you could, if you had the power to do it. What are some of the things that we need to do? Is it something that we already talked about, that you want to revisit? What about having an agenda? Please somebody call in, and I got you right here. All right, 347-385-8819. All right. Let me know what your thoughts are. Don't be scared, and nobody's going to see you, but we're going to hear you. Want to know what your thoughts are. And Deborah had spit some bars. She said, your vision is for you. It's not for everybody to see anyway. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So listen, y'all, call in. Let me know exactly what what you're thinking. And I want to pose this question to you real quick. All right. When you call in, let me ask you a question. Are we not producing because we allow for other people to be in our way? Or is it because we step in our own way? So somebody call in, let me know, let me know, y'all. 347. I know some of y'all are probably on your phones, but if you're on your tablet, call in, let us know. I want to hear from you, y'all, and I'm very, very excited to be able to take your phone call tonight, and we all want to be in it. We want to hear about it. All right. Yeah. So again, 347-385-8819. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's the number. All right. I want to hear from you tonight. Do we stand in our own way, or is it because of other people, or because of other people, And if you have an answer, call in. Let me know. What are you expounding? What do you think you have? What is your input tonight? What is it about having an open mind? What do you think our young people need today to be perfected? We want to hear your voice tonight. All right. Don't be shy. All right. So some people saying my laptop being fixed. I wish I could call in. All right. And I didn't plan to call nobody in. Listen, it's your option. I know that sometimes I bring in people by way of video, but I wanted to share the option of being able to, have people to call in. My boy Doc I think he was on. He said he's going to call in and stuff like that. So again, just want to take the last, 5 minutes of our time before we get out of here. You know what I'm saying, to hear from you tonight. All right. We get one phone caller. Appreciate that if you can. I'm not begging anybody, but again, I want to hear from you, and I know maybe some of you are probably, on your phones, so click off of this and then call and then click back on. Oh, somebody's calling. Hello, Manifested Thoughts.
Yeah, let's get it. Hey. I see you on the podcast, man.
What's going on, man? Welcome to Everybody Can Hear You, bro. What's going on? Is this George?
No, this is Sin.
Sin, what's up, boy? So listen, what do you think about it tonight, yo?
Man, this is to answer the question that you had, right?
Yeah.
Most of the time, people stand in their own way. Like you only thing that can happen is what you allow to happen.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. And so Sin, and this is my best friend, y'all. This is my best friend. Let me ask you, what are the things that would cause us to stand in our own way?
Well, some of the things.
Like, give me one little, scenario,
All right, a scenario. So if you wanted to create a business, right?
Right.
And you have a couple of friends or so to be a part of that, right?
Yes.
Now, you will be an example of standing in your own way would be not allowing the advice that's given
right
to be presented or utilized for your benefit.
Absolutely. Facts. That's straight facts.
Or not putting in the steps forward to doing what it is you need to do to better the business or make the business grow, but talking about it.
Wow. Yo, bro, you bodying this place right now, bro. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Wow, bro. Yo, bro, let me just say, thanks, bro. And listen, don't go nowhere, bro, because I got to talk to you even after the scenario. I got other people calling in, all right?
All right.
I talk to you in a minute.
I see you doing your thing too.
Yo,
Keep
man,
it up.
I appreciate you. And y'all look out for his album. This guy's a great. I'm gonna have him on the show. I can't wait. All right, let me take the next caller. Hello?
All right.
Manifested Thoughts. Hello?
Donald, how's it going? This is Hamed.
Oh, Hamed, what's going on, y'all? Oh, what's going on, brother? Good to see
Everything is good. Yes, indeed. Everything is good, man. I just like what you got going on right now, man. I wanted to just put a little bit of get my 2 cents in about
man.
Are we others blocking us, or we are in our own way?
Man, everybody's here. We're on live.
Yes, indeed, yes. Bro. And I just want to say that in life, man, people all people who would throw monkey wrenches in your plans or monkey wrenches on your path, but ultimately it's all on us. You understand what I'm saying? It's like we have to, find that path where we don't have to worry about whatever someone may say or what they may do, because at the end of the day, if we allow others to block us, that's on us.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We have to fight and continue to fight for what it is that we want to manifest within our lives.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, we all, for example, and I'm not trying to, take up all the time.
No, go for it. You got it.
But for example, here's how we were always manifested. Why? Because it was over 500 million sperm cells,
Wow.
and we're the ones that made it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
so
good.
that automatically said that wherever it is that we need to do in this life, we can beat the odds because we beat the odds before we even came into this existence. So we shouldn't allow anyone to hold us back, because at the end of the day, it's all on us.
It's all on us, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, and
that just
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, man, that's deep. That's deep. No, but go. You got it. Oh.
Yeah, bro, because like I see what you got going on and the information that you are passing off to not just only people from our community, but I see how you're bridging the gaps between people outside of our community. And the beautiful thing about that, going back to like it was over 500 million sperm cells, and we the ones that made it. We need each other in this life.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So a person who might have information for you that's going to take you to the next level, it might not be someone that look like you. You understand what I'm saying? And I like how you able to bridge the gaps between our community and those outside of our community. And it's just up to us to be humble, to take in the lessons and take in that information to be able to go and manifest what we need to manifest for ourselves. So I greatly appreciate you always.
Appreciate you, bro. Wow.
I just wanted to drop these bars and that's it, bro.
Bro, you got to see the hearts that are going up as you speaking, bro. I got to give you the hand claps on that, bro. Yo, that's amazing, bro. Yo, listen, you absolutely, man. Listen, I want y'all to look out. Matter of fact, the man that's on the line right now, this is him right here, Muslim Harlem Apparel. This is his line. This is his clothing line. And I was just so happy that I sort of kind of manifested you on the show. I mean, not video yet, but I kind of manifested you on it, and people were saying exactly. And shout out to my boy, Sinkiller. He's a good dude, sincere. He is sincere. And listen, bruh, Ahmed, I can't wait, brother, to get you on our platform, man. Bro. This brother, y'all don't understand. It's just not just anybody. He's a great, great brother. And I want to just say thank you for calling in, my brother,
No problem. And I want to say, man, I love you and I appreciate everything that you've done for me in a short period of time that we've known each other. And you one of the realest, bro.
Oh, man. Salute to you, big bro. Now, y'all, I love you too, big bro. It's nothing but brotherly love here, man. You know what I'm saying? And like you just said, and I love what he said, everybody. If you feel that you don't need anybody, it's something wrong with you, because everybody needs somebody. We all need somebody, And if we can become a culture to learn how to, what we're doing now, support each other, Hamed, he support me, I support him, we support other people, and when we learn how to support each other and not try to be better than anybody, each other, we push each other, and that's my camera buddy right there. So Hamed, thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. I know where you at, so I ain't gonna hold you too long, bro.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you, bro. Once again, I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, bro.
All right. Listen, y'all, 347-385-8819. And I want to just say again, my boy Sincere, my boy Ahmed, I appreciate you, Pat Farmers, on the line. We all need Jesus. That's right, Pat. Good to see you. Listen, I want to give at least two more people a chance, because I want to go and tune into Shift Real Talk podcast, and you'll catch them also on 49 Channel 49 TV as well. Those are my sister, station people and partners. But good to see you. Listen, if you feel that you have something that you want to share, 347-385-8819. All right, and we'll give you like 2 or 3 more minutes. You know what I'm saying, to be able to call in. And we're about to land the plane really, really soon. All right. All right. Good. All right. Wonderful. We got another caller that's coming in. And then by about 9:20ish, we're going to land this plane and be on our way out, y'all. Please do me a favor. Don't forget to go and subscribe to us on YouTube while we're waiting for our next caller. Sherry, good to see you. I love you so very, very much. Good to see Sister Miss Pat Farmer. That's my sister for forever. Chris Call is on the line. Wow. And so he says he'll call in one day to chop it up with us. Let me say that brother is a special brother. the things that he endured in life, I was happy to be able to go through it with him, because to see him today and who he's become, it's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, we're waiting for one more phone caller, and then we're going to get out of here and land the plane. Listen, if you haven't caught the beginning of this program, please do me a favor, go back and look at the replay. If you can't, catch it on Facebook, go and catch it on YouTube. All right, and don't forget to catch us on Spotify. We're also on Spotify, and don't forget to catch us on Channel 49 TV. Just giving Mrs. Deb a chance to call. Don't forget, y'all, we need an agenda, and it's only right. It's only right that we do good and do right by who we are, all right? Who we are, and I do appreciate that. So just waiting for the phone call, and then after that, we're going to land the plane. Thank you for being so patient with me. Thank you for being supportive. And I wanted to say, those of you who blessed us with Cash App to be able to allow for, you see the equipment and stuff like that, but to have more people to come on. Listen, y'all, I want to manifest Peter Voog, my friend Sean Cannell. I want to manifest Mr. Some of y'all might not know them, but please look them up. Mr. Gary Vaynerchuk. I want to be able to go get them to come on because they have so much value to share with our community. And trust me, Mrs. Mel Robbins, take a look at her. I mean, really. And so I just say thank you. I'm not up here for finances at all, And by the way, while we're waiting on the phone call, let me just say who our winner is for our gift. Okay, the winner is Mr. Egberto. Mr. Egberto, you are the winner. I didn't get a chance to make a banner for you, but you are our February winner. Yes. And let me tell you what he won, a $100 gift card. I want to say congratulations again to Darius Garland and also now Mr. Egberto. Yes, sir. You are a winner. Okay, listen, we got Deb on the line. Deb, what's going on, sis? Oh, is she there? Hey, Deb, what's going on, sis? You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, wow. Welcome to Manifested Thoughts Podcast. And what do you have for us today? Yeah, let's talk.
So, yeah, I kind of wanted to chime in on the question. I was calling the wrong number the entire time. Okay, so, we hold ourselves back.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a lot of times it's a number of reasons why we hold ourselves back. We are, afraid of failure.
Right.
Rejection.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I have heard a Black person say that is a white man that is holding us back?
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard that so many times. So it's and we use excuses.
Yes.
Time.
Yes.
Our age. Our children.
Yes.
It's always something that we use excuses to hold us back.
Absolutely.
So we are our biggest blockage.
Wow.
It's no one else but us.
Yes.
So we have to, free our minds, block out everything and everyone around us. If you know that we really, really want to do something, you set your mind to it and it's going to get done.
Absolutely. And Deb, tell us, should we put a time limit on how long we should wait or be patient?
Never.
Say that.
I have done that. I've done it and then I've lost hope.
Wow.
Then I had to reset my mind. And I've noticed I've written things down in the past.
Yes.
And things I really wanted to do. And
right.
I put this stuff away and I forgot about it. And I went back months later, a year later, and realized, oh my gosh, this is exactly how I wrote this down.
Right.
Exactly how I wrote this down.
Right.
Yeah, so definitely write the vision.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I got to give you the hand claps on that. Deb, thank you.
One more thing.
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Do it.
Listen to other people.
Wow.
Listen to other people is what hold us back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Deb, can I tell you something? I oftentimes tell people not to listen to or not to ever take constructive criticism from anybody who've never built anything.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because there are a lot of people sometimes who listen to other people. Now, it doesn't mean that for those of them who haven't built anything don't have good value, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, sometimes you can tell where it rather it's coming from a negative place and or not, you know? Wow. I have people blowing up the line. So, Deb, thank you so much for even coming on and blessing us with your presence, all right? Chime back in. We got 2 more people, okay? And listen, everybody, if we're on the line and we didn't get a chance to call you or we didn't get a chance to pick up, no, I'm gonna pick it up. Here we go. Manifesting Thoughts Podcast.
Hello. This is not me.
Dash, what's up, brother? What's going on, man?
Nothing much. We wanted to clock you in before you clock out, you know, just give you a little shout out. What's up, bro?
Oh, man, I appreciate you, man. By the way, I want to give a shout out to my boy Professor on YouTube, along with my boy Muslim Harlem TV. What's going on, Dash? You have anything? I know you have some value to share about how we are sometimes, and what could we do to make our community much better?
One thing we could do to make our community better. I would say more outreaching, I would say, you know, try setting up things like, you know, trying to find people that would like, you know, do volunteer work. To like my volunteer, I mean, not like just like regular community service. We'd also need community service, but I mean, like people that volunteer to like, you know, give people like therapy or whatnot.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Like the professionals, not just random people, but I mean, like professionals that's willing to do it voluntarily. But that is a very tough job to as well. So it would be very difficult. But I would say we need more dose and come up with programs to like, you know, to people with their mental issues. Yes.
Listen, man, I appreciate you, Dash, man, and I owe you some Starbucks. I'm giving you the hand claps. And I appreciate you for calling in, big bro. All right? Well, little bro. All right?
All right.
And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for calling in and thank you for the support, man.
No problem.
All right. Yeah, everybody. Listen, I just thank you all. Listen, we have people on our line. We got community activists. We got Henry Watkins on the line. We have Mr. Chris Carl on the line. We got a lot of people. I'm so happy to see everybody tonight. And I just want to personally say thank you all. Do me a favor, just write that number down. From now on, after every episode, we're going to be taking in phone calls. We're going to have you to call in, dial in, so that you can give your input. Maybe there's something that we did not say that we could cover, you know? Again, it's not all about knowing it all. It's all about sharing together. And I just want to personally say to all of you, thank you for the love. Thank you for even coming on our platform. I'm going to be doing a lot of things to perfect our platform, like opening it up with skits, so that'll be the topic of discussion, you know, about how we can make our African Americans, our Caucasians, our Mexicans, our Guatemalans, all of our people, how can we make us a better people in a better world, you know? Mental health awareness. That's right. Coat drive. All right. Feeding the homeless, sending items to those who are, incarcerated. Wow. And homeless shelters. See all of this stuff. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate you. Let me give you the claps up with that. So grateful to you about that. So listen, y'all, real quick. Let me just, if you can, don't forget, y'all, to support us right there on YouTube. Go and subscribe to us. We're trying to get to at least our 500 our subscriber mark. Can I tell you something? For those of you who are not YouTubers and you'll love to, you know, be a part of the YouTube family or the Facebook family, Instagram, listen, it's not about the number. It's about how effective you can be. You got what I'm saying? And we've been effective. Y'all don't even understand how the platform's going to be, all because of people who've donated a little bit of this and just came and give it an encouraged word about that. And watch what's going to take place. Again, I want to say thank you all. I am so happy. You know, I feel good tonight. I don't even know what to say except the fact that I'm grateful to all of you. You know, I'm grateful to all of you for helping me out and just supporting. Good to see you, my brother Henry. Good to see you, Sherry, Chris Carl. Good to see you again, Deborah. Thank you so much. My boy Sincere, my dude, all day. Eddie Saunders, what's up, my guy? Good to see you, my G. Good to see everybody on the line again. Professor, good to see you on YouTube. Good to see my boy Hamed, Alma, Shift, Real Talk. You know, good. Oh wow, David, good to see you, bro. Again, George, good to see you. Jesse Moore, good to see you. Edgar, good to see you. Monica Francis, my cousin, my first cousin. I didn't see you because I wasn't looking this way while I was talking and stuff. Good to see all of y'all tonight. Listen, same place, same time, next week, y'all. And we're going to have a wonderful guest, y'all. And she is the bomb. Please look out for the promos. Please look out for the giveaways. Don't forget to go to our giveaways. manifestedthoughts888@gmail.com. Guess what, y'all? This is your boy Donald Francis. And we're helping people bring their imagination into reality. And this is, I'm over and out, y'all. God bless you. God bless you.